Is Officer Williams in there?
Stepped out the hallway.
Okay. So, Ms. Bickerstaff, you're about to have a big audience coming in.
Yeah, Judge.
Big audience of high school students from Renaissance High School.
Oh, okay.
Any minute now, any minute.
This will be an interesting one for them to watch.
I didn't hear you.
I said this will be an interesting one for them to watch.
Is it? Okay. Well, hello there, young lady.
Hello, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing much better, thank you. How are you?
I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing well. I was all the kids were excited to see you, but it is still great to see you there as well. So they're going to come in for a few short minutes. And then
Well, tell them to come on in so I can talk to them.
Okay, all right, I will. I got it.
Hey, Williams, have him go on the other side so I can talk to him. I can't see him over there.
See, move the cameras a little bit, sir.
Yeah, if you can angle it just a little bit so I can see everybody.
Okay, then we can start filling it in. It's right here. Yeah, try to fill it in on toward you. Pardon?
Oh, good Lord, we got the whole school.
Yeah, we got 35, sir.
Okay, fantastic.
I can fill that in. No coffee. Right.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So I understand that you guys are from Renaissance High School, is that right?
Yes.
All right, so you are the cream of the crop of our Detroit Public Schools. Welcome to 36th District Court. I'm Judge Kenneth King. I'm the presiding judge of our criminal division. I would have loved to have been there in person to greet you. However, I have COVID. And so I am coming to you via Zoom, and I'm doing my docket via Zoom. The docket that I do is the criminal docket. I only do homicide, criminal sexual conduct cases, domestic violence that have a felony attached to it, elder abuse and child abuse cases. So today I have one case left that's a homicide scheduled at 1:30. That person that's directly in front of you, she's the only one here now, as well as the officer in charge of the case. That's the prosecution for the state of Michigan. What we're waiting on the defense attorney. Sometimes that happens. We have to wait on the defense attorney to get here. He's in another court. He's in federal court right now, finishing up some work there. he called and let us know that he's going to be a few minutes late. So we're just waiting on him. And as soon as he gets here, we're going to get started. So Ms. Bickerstaff, let me have you introduce yourself to the students. Is Ms. Bickerstaff in here?
She's out.
Okay, never mind. Let me get the officer in charge to introduce himself to the students.
Hello, everybody. I'm Detective John Mitchell. I work at Homicide.
So I'm not sure how much has been told to you thus far, but what we do at this particular court is we don't do the trials. We determine if there's enough evidence for it to go to trial and if we have the right person and if we have the right charges. So typically that gentleman who just walked in, that's the guy who've been waiting on. You guys can boo him if you like. No, I'm just kidding. He's actually a good guy. He even called to let me know he was running late. I appreciate that, Mr. Nineheis. Why don't you introduce yourself to the students of Renaissance High School?
My name is Patrick Nineheis. I'm 38. I'm a defense attorney, and I represent Mr. Crane. We'll be up here shortly.
Okay, so as I indicated, we don't do the actual trials. We hold a hearing to determine if there's enough evidence for the case to go to trial. If I determine if there's enough evidence, then I bind the matter over to Third Circuit Court, where they'll be arraigned, which means they're told what they're formally being charged with. And from that point on, they'll either start to schedule for trial or entertain any plea negotiations that may be available to them at that time. So today you're going to hear from a number of witnesses that are going to come forth and testify as to what allegedly took place. And at the end of the day, I make a calling as to whether or not the people have met their burden of probable cause, not proof beyond a reasonable doubt, but probable cause to bind the matter over to trial. Okay? You guys have any questions? It's kind of hard for me to see you guys because the camera is so far back, but this is good though. Okay, people, are we ready?
Yes, Judge.
Do we have the defendant yet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get started.
Crane.
Okay, Madam Clerk, we're ready.
Calling case 230-593-8601, the people of the state of Michigan versus Brandon Crane. Defendants charged with count 1, homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated. Count 2, weapon stoning firearm. Count 4, assault with intent to murder. Count 5, weapon stoning firearm. Count 6, assault with intent to murder. Count 7, weapon stoning firearm. Count 8, police officer assaulting, resisting, and obstructing. Today is the day time for an examination. Appearances, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Anna Bickerstaff on behalf of the people, P82215.
Good afternoon, Judge. Patrick Nineheis, P76343. On behalf of Mr. Crane, who's present to my left. Say your name, sir.
Madam Clerk, I didn't hear a count 3.
Judge, count 3 was a CCW that was dismissed. After speaking with the counsel, it appears that case actually already went through. The defendant pled guilty and he's on probation for that CCW.
Okay, I understand. Well, today is the date and time set for preliminary examination. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
How many witnesses for the people?
4 to 5.
You have any preliminary matters you'd like to begin with before you call witnesses?
Yes, Judge. The people would ask for a mutual order of sequestration with an exception for the officer in charge who's seated to my left.
No objection.
All right, ladies and gentlemen out there in the audience, if you are a witness or potential witness, I'm ordering you to stand out into the hallway until further notice. Also, for my people who are viewing this on YouTube, if you are a witness or potential witness, I'm ordering you to log off. Any other preliminary matters?
Yes, Judge. At this time, the people would move to admit People's Exhibit Number 1, which is a medical examiner's report pursuant to MCL 76611.
No objection, Judge.
Admit it.
And would the court like me to read that into the record, or I can publish it on Zoom so the court can see it?
You can do both if you like.
Judge, can I have permission on Zoom to share my screen?
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, you're a co-host.
And for the record, I'm publishing People's Exhibit number 1, medical exam report authored by Dr. Omar Reyes from July 7th of 2020. An autopsy performed on Brandon Gray on July 6th of 2020. It is my opinion that death was caused by a gunshot wound to the chest. The decedent was a 21-year-old black male who was found shot, who was pronounced deceased at 05:34 hours on 7/5/2020. Post-mortem examination revealed entrance gunshot wound to the left lateral chest. No evidence of soot, unburned gunpowder particles, or gunpowder stippling on the skin surrounding the wound. The manner of death is homicide.
All right.
And Judge, the people have no additional preliminary matters at this time.
Do we have the stipulation as to the identity of the alleged victim?
Yes, Judge, we do. I did speak with the defense counsel. We do have a stipulation that the victim is Brandon Gray.
That's correct, Judge.
Court receives that stipulation.
And Judge, the people's first witness will be Mr. William Weems. And Judge, Mr. Weems was brought here on a detainer. His attorney is present. I think there was one matter she wished to address before he begins testifying.
Who is his attorney?
Natalie Phelps, Judge from NDS.
Hello there, Ms. Phelps.
Morning, Judge, or excuse me, afternoon. I'm sorry to hear you're not doing well. We're just requesting if his part of the preliminary exam could be not broadcast on YouTube. I think that number one, the fear of retaliation has been put on the record in this case already, and then number two, I'm guessing that.
Well, I'm sorry, Ms. Phelps. It's going to have to be on YouTube because I'm on YouTube.
Well, Judge, you're
There's
on
no other
Zoom.
way I can see it.
You could remain on Zoom, Judge, and not on YouTube. And the other matter that I imagine that he is, the defense attorney may be inquiring into a non-public case that involves Mr. Weems, and so that's the second reason why we're asking for it to not be broadcast on YouTube. Obviously, I understand that you're on Zoom and don't have any issue with that.
Say that one more time. I didn't get the last part of what you said.
I just said, obviously, I'm sorry, that doesn't help.
You don't
I
have
understand.
to, just talk normal. You don't have to yell. You're giving me an echo.
I just said, I understand that you're on Zoom and I don't have any objection to that. We're just asking for.
No, I heard that part, the part before that.
About the non-public case. Is that what you mean?
Yes. Yes.
I imagine that may be inquired into during cross-exam. So that was just a second reason that that part, which since we're on YouTube right now, I don't want to say any more about, but there is non-public and should remain that way. It should not be on YouTube for the court.
Okay, I don't know anything about a non-public case. Somebody enlighten me. What's going on?
Well, if I mean, I could call you. I do think we're on YouTube right now.
People, what's your position?
I believe it is the discretion of the court. I believe Ms. Phelps is talking about a conviction under HIDA, but what a conviction that would qualify as a conviction involving theft or dishonesty within the last 10 years, but it's currently under HIDA. So I believe it in the discretion of the court. I have no position.
Okay, Ms. Phelps, why don't you give me a call?
Okay.
I'll call the court right now.
Okay. You said, judge. Yeah, it's just. Oh, right, oh, so that's part of it. And then the other one is just here. Right. That's right. Okay.
Okay, we are back on the record. As it relates to this first witness that's going to be called, the court is going to shut down the YouTube feed for this witness's testimony. You calling that witness right now, people?
Yes, Judge, people are calling William Weems.
Wait a minute, I didn't want you to say his name. I want to shut down the YouTube first. Hold
Sorry,
on.
Judge.
No problem. Gwen, can you reclaim the host and shut down the feed? Because I can't do it from here.